What a year it's been for the royal family. Harry and Meghan leave the royals like it's the breakup of the Beatles. Prince Andrew, scandalous revelations. Prince Philip, sadly dying. What do the revelations that I'm about to recite to you now tell us about modern day royalty and its potential for sustenance? Hello there, you 4.5 million wonders sent here to become unified once more on the material plane. If you're around in the UK between January and May, I'm performing live. There's a link in the description. You can come see me. We can have a wonderful, intimate connection together. Between now and then, though, let's understand what's been going on with the royals this year. When Prince Philip sadly died, his will was kept secret. Do you remember that?
It's been revealed this morning that Prince Philip's will is to remain sealed for at least 90 years to protect Her Majesty the Queen.
Why was his will kept secret? These are the things I thought. Is it because he left money to people that you go, what? The Lizard Society? Or, ooh, adultery? Or is it like they've got so much bloody money that you'll go, this ain't right. Why they got so much bloody money for? Where'd they get it from? It's your money. Hey, I want that back. David McClure, author of The Queen's True Worth, writes, whether it's immunity from freedom of information requests or paying estate or corporation tax, the royal family enjoys a panoply of financial privileges denied to the general public. It's one of those things, a royal family, that if you've got one, you sort of grow up your whole life, like, you know, you've put on Peppa Pig and there's like a queen in it and that. And you think, all right, there's a queen. And also because of fairy tales and stuff, you like queens, kings, all right, I get it. That's what it is it? They're on the money, they're on the stamps, they're on the post boxes, they're around. Their ubiquity suggests normality. But when you actually stop and think in a kind of, if you were building society from the ground up today, would you say, why don't we give this family a load of money? What for? Well, for wearing the robes and the crown and wandering around and driving around in golden carriages. Do we need that? Do we need that? We're on the brink of all these social and ecological disasters when society's falling. Yes, we do need them. I mean, obviously there's a function. I don't want to be reductive. It's nice to have a symbolic, epitomizing logos that tells you this is a country, this is how this country was founded. But as more and more we quarrel about what nation means, what colonialism, imperialism, power, all these things are sort of up for debate now, some for good and some creating more division, I would contest, then we have to start examining the blunt reality of royalty, and the blunt reality is privilege. But nothing sets them apart from the common citizen more than their special position over sealed wills and their inherited wealth. This was first brought home last April with Prince Philip's death and the palace's High Court application to seal his will. Seal my will. That's like a weird sort of game show. We're gonna seal your will. Okay, so what's in your will? Well, I've left this money to the Freemasons and the Illuminati. I've left this money to some women that I had affair. Seal his will! Woo! With the publication of a full list of more than 30 sealed royal wills following a judgment in September, we know more details of what was decided. Philip's will and those of future deceased royals will be opened only after at least 90 years. I don't like things like that, do you? Like when they sort of say, we're not revealing that for another 50 years, the JFK thing, some of the reports around recent events. Like when they boot things off into the future, what reason could there be other than, you're not going to like this, but in 90 years, it'll be too fucking late anyway. Hey, I didn't like what you did with Prince Philip's will. Oh, hey, I didn't like what you did with JFK. Oh.
It's been a royal tradition for over a century, with the courts asked to keep secret the wills of senior members of the family. The High Court hearing to seal the Duke of Edinburgh's will was also held privately.
The tradition of sealed royal wills has lasted. It's not a tradition, like, it's a good thing. Like, right, it's bonfire night, or it's Halloween, let's do trick or treat. Right, a royal's died. Don't tell anyone how much fucking money they've got, or else they'll overthrow the system. Has lasted almost a century, and in the court's view, there is no reason to end this practice that legitimately preserves their privacy. Oh, privacy, yeah, no, we know how important that is. That's why there's no spying, no surveillance, no data capture, and no cookies all over your phone. And I still don't know what a cookie is. The president of the family division of the High Court, Sir Andrew McFarlane, ruled that senior members of the royal family had to be exempted from the law requiring the publication of wills. Ain't they got enough privilege going on? Right, we've got gold carriages. We basically do what we like, go where we want. You know it's customary to reveal the contents of your will. We're not doing that either. That was necessary to enhance the protection afforded to the private lives of this unique group of individuals in order to protect the dignity and standing of the public role of the sovereign and other close members of her family. Now, this is why there's a problem with the recent scandalous events that Andrew, Harry, Meghan, that either in various ways normalise or show the problems incumbent with that degree of privilege, because it makes you question, well, what is this dignity we're working so hard to preserve? It doesn't seem all that dignified. But dig a little deeper, and this release of the names of sealed royal wills raises more questions than answers. For a start, it's not such a generous act of transparency as it claims to be, since the information has already been accessible for more than a decade. What's more, the list contains a number of anomalies that suggest that the whole policy of sealing royal wills is not clearly thought through. For some reason, the list originally included the name of Leopold de Rothschild. Where have I heard that name? Which was later removed after the High Court acknowledged this was an error, since he was not a member of the royal family. What's going on there? But this does not inspire confidence. Well, all right, royal family, obviously there's the Rothschilds. No, the Rothschilds aren't a member of the royal family. Oh yeah, sorry, scrub that out. And also, come here. In addition, the list inexplicably contains the name of a distant relative of Prince Philip, Prince George of Denmark, which suggests that even if you are a member of a small European royal house, if you make a big legal fuss, you can keep your will under wraps. The judgment also fails to consider the public interest effectively. The role of the Attorney General was to represent the public interest by balancing points favouring public inspection with those against. But a careful reading shows that on almost all matters, the Attorney General sided with the palace, and there was no appropriate application in support of full disclosure. Right, so essentially they're just going to do what they want to do and then dress it up in legislative language afterwards. This happens again and again. The system is there for its own sustenance and support. If you're like an ordinary person trying to get justice, if like some bloody diplomat runs your kid over or something like that, it's like getting blood from a stone. Or if someone dies down a mine, you'll spend the rest of your life. Or if someone's wrongly imprisoned, right, well, your life's work now is overturning this terrible injustice. If you're in a position of privilege, that's that. This leaves the mystery of why the royal family insists on having its wills closed, while the principle of full openness to prevent fraud applies to everyone else in the country. Yeah, it does leave the mystery. What could it be? Well, they either leave money to people that reveals connections that you would be concerned about. There's so much money that it bothers you. There's unethical, immoral behaviour. There's earnings that have come from places that... It's not going to be nothing though, is it? It's not going to be, oh, we did all that and went to all this trouble. Do you know why? No reason. Well, for a laugh. We felt like it. It's going to be something. So I sometimes think, just act as if you already know the thing. Like, you can't specifically know what it is, but you can know that the emotion is indignation and revolutionary fervour. Norman Baker, the former government minister, has argued that they do so to hide just how much money they receive from taxpayers. He said, the main embarrassing fact is just how much money they have accumulated from public funds. If the public knew how hugely rich they are, they might take a view that it was high time that public funding was cut. That's one of the things that power does. Firstly, it conceals itself. And secondly, it pretends it's normal. Because if you start understanding it, you feel like, well, I don't need this. What's going on? The clandestine nature of power and its spoils is integral to its sustenance. But this may just be half the story. In order to connect with the mass of the population, the royals have to appear less rich than they actually are. Yeah, they do, don't they, when they have a baby and that, and you see them carrying it out in one of them. Hey, that could have been me. Oh, look, they got a car seat, like I've got a car seat. And they're there, oh, yeah, we're a pretty normal couple. You know, when we got married, we argue about which show to watch on the telly. Squid Games? Maybe not that one. The Crown? Maybe not that one. The News? Definitely not that one. But we're basically normal. If the electorate knew they were inheriting vast sums, they would be less willing to give them such generous sovereign grants from their taxes. I mean, that is absurd, isn't it? Like, it's not just that they've got loads of money, it's that we have to give them more all of the time. It's like, let's give them a bit more. Why don't we just not have a royal family? Why don't we just have a republic? Wouldn't it be better? Have them, but just don't give them no more money. They can carry on and that and dart around and wear all the medals and the outfits and that and the bracelets if they want, if they can afford them still. But let's not give them no more stuff. How about hospitals, or investing in new mental health solutions, or building communities, or valuing your own life? If you outsource your glory to a distinct and separate entity that you treat like a living deity by sacrificing your material wealth and comfort in order to honour them, then you're sort of living a religious devotional life without any of the benefits of a religious devotional life, by which I mean connection, purpose, meaning, sense of the sacred, connection to your emotional. You're getting none of the benefits and all of the bloody, I don't know, faults, problems, flaws. Anyway, that's just what I think, and who cares? It's nearly Christmas. Why don't you tell me what you think in the comments below? Give us a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, turn on the ding-a-ling bell in your mind so I can communicate directly with ya. If you enjoyed this video, have a look at this one, and if you need to meditate now to free yourself from the Republican fervour rising up in your belly guts, then watch this one. Sign up to my mailing list so I can communicate directly to you. You never know when that might become necessary. And as I say, if you're in the UK between January and May, come see me live. Stay free.